It is Tuesday morning. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. I'm WESH 2 First Warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk, where we get together 7 days a week in the mornings, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, and, excuse me, on a day like today, have some cool phenomena. Phenomena. Isn't that neat? This is this is the Ponce Inlet Tower cam there. Tracking some fog. It's kind of neat, right? A little bit of ground fog. I'll tell you, this is all, look at the bird flying right at us. Hold on. We got to see. You're not going to hit the tower cam, are you? Well, now we're invested. We got to watch you. Okay, all right. He went by. It's already clearer here than it was all day yesterday, but we do have some ground fog out there. This is a neat shot because you can see how it's literally hugging the ground and it's clear just above. So fog definitely around. Here's a look at the visibility values around Central Florida. Daytona Beach is at 7 miles. New Smyrna Beach is at 5 miles. So that's definitely doing better than it was yesterday. Though DeLand, Sanford, all those visibilities are a bit lowered. So those are just kind of things that we'll have to deal with this morning. Dense fog advisories in effect for Flagler, Volusia, northern Brevard counties, okay? It's not an all-day thing today. I think, though, that we do have a little bit of fog to deal with this morning, and then we'll be able to clear things out. First warning, live Doppler radar, nice and clear this morning. Temperatures out the door in the 60s around. But where do we go today? We start off with the clouds and the fog. Then notice the temperatures start to climb, and then notice we get into thunderstorms. Yeah, we're going up to a 40-50% coverage. You can see this afternoon into tonight, we'll have those storms. So for me, on a personal note, I wouldn't be surprised if I end up going to work later today and then working later today, which I don't love, but for severe weather, we do what we got to do. I would also add it is a super low threat for severe weather, okay? Here's a look at the severe weather risk around Central Florida. Tonight through overnight, essentially think of it as the metro off to the east. That's going to be our spots that could see some strong to severe storms. Now, in terms of the threat breakdown, we're not looking at tornadoes. This is confirming what we have seen these last few days, looking at model soundings, looking at the SIPS data, damaging winds, even hail as our concerns. But that's kind of where we're at, okay? Sound good? So let's take a look. There's kind of a storm system nearby, moisture stormy around. We're going to keep the stormy weather around through parts of the day tomorrow, then clear. Then notice the cold front does not move through. It stays north of us, but a high pressure starts to build in. And so what we end up seeing is sunny, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful weather. So we've got a nice little stretch of weather, but at the moment, the big story is going to be kind of this front and this storm system entering into our area. It says tomorrow into Wednesday. This hasn't been updated. It should be today into tomorrow. But the idea is, of course, showers and thunder showers. So let's do this. Let's start taking a look at our models here. And we'll begin with our operational futurecast, which is not going all that interesting, we'll say. All right, let me bring it full screen for you. All right, and we'll just roll through. So 10, 11 o'clock, we're good. We've got the clouds around. Then into this afternoon, it's trying to throw together a couple little areas of rain out west over I-75. And then that's really just a few showers. And then a line of rain moves in around 2 a.m., but it's not that impressive. And then it clears out tomorrow. So I got to be honest, I don't think it's doing a good job. As a matter of fact, let's switch over and look at Beta Futurecast. I did an update to this model yesterday. All right, and I think Beta Futurecast, at least atmospherically, is doing the best. Whether or not it's perfect, obviously, we can have a debate on that all day. But let's take a look at Beta Futurecast and just get an idea. Okay, lunchtime, we're good. Notice, though, 2, 3 o'clock, we're starting to popcorn up a little bit of rain around, right? All right, it's not going to be, no model's going to be perfect, but Beta Futurecast is looking better to me. Then by 3, 3:45, 4 o'clock, continuing with some development, 5:30, 6 o'clock. Showers and storms continuing to develop. What a difference, right? Like Beta Futurecast is showing bubbling thunderstorms. Jamie's asking on YouTube, is today your long solo flight? You see that radar? The answer is no, Scott. No, tomorrow I've got the plane for tomorrow and Thursday, and whichever day looks better weather-wise is the day I'll go fly. But yeah, that's 6:30 tonight, which is, on Beta Futurecast, which is why, to me, and sidebar, the computer that this is on is the computer that I was gone out of town last week for. So Beta Futurecast, the vendor for this whole system is in Huntsville, Alabama. So, good morning, Bentley. Good morning, Laura. So this is already fruits of that labor. But yeah, you can see, according to the Beta Futurecast, right? Like 6 o'clock, 6:15, we've got the storms already around. So Gabby's saying or asking, baseball game in Harmony at 6 o'clock. I'm thinking it's not happening. There's Futurecast at 6 o'clock. I don't know. I don't know that I would say that it's going to be happening, right? And then continuing on, there's 7:30, heavy thunderstorms around, right? 8 o'clock, stormy weather. And then watch this refiring. Like, let me back it up a little bit. Watch around Osceola County, down near Kissimmee, St. Cloud. Watch right there. See how it kind of fires more activity up through 10, 15. 11, another wave coming in over I-75 by about 11 o'clock. And then kind of fading gradually and moving off to the east. And then it kind of fades into tomorrow morning. So yeah, I would say that's probably, this is probably what I'm going to be going with. And I think that's what all of us are kind of agreeing with is this firing of thunderstorms, 6:30, 7 o'clock. So again, we look to the 12-hour forecast, right? And you see that thunderstorm coverage increasing. So yeah, that's why, looking at the day ahead, we've got that low-end threat for strong to severe storms, and it's kind of Metro East. That's where I think we're going to get the stronger storms around. All right, does that make sense? Addie says, looks like my husband's 8:44 p.m. flight might be delayed. Yeah, well, I mean, and even this morning, it's not like perfect this morning. You look at the flights over to Orlando International Airport, there are some delays because of, the whole fog thing. So it's not perfect. I'm not perfect. You're not perfect. We're not perfect. Right? A lot of people, of course, are concerned because the Arnold Palmer Invitational is beginning. Tomorrow's the Pro-Am, and I'll tell you, the Pro-Am forecast includes perhaps some shower activity early in the day. As the models continue to hone in on this, they're getting better and better and better, right? So a few showers early in the day for tomorrow's Pro-Am, but look what happens for the first actual round of the Invitational. Love that. Love that. So we're looking better and better and better. Mercy, good morning from Miami. What about UCF worried about my night? You don't need to, first off, you don't need to worry. But in looking at the model data, right? Like, it's going to storm. It's okay. We live in Florida. Storms we can handle. And there's your storms. 7:15, 7:30. Widespread showers and thunder showers. All right? Sound good? Taylor says, okay, now I have coffee. I can pay attention. See, it's what we need in the day. Lee, what about storms for tomorrow for Disney Springs? So what's nice, and I'm just going to use this model today because I think it's got the better grasp. All right, so through tomorrow, right? Like, you tell me. Looks pretty good. Like, it's trying to fire up, and that's what's kind of interesting. It's trying to fire up a storm around like 4 or 5 o'clock, and that may try to get feisty, but most of it tomorrow looks okay. It's just going to be kind of those few storms to try to get going. But to me, this afternoon is going to be more of an interesting time frame. That's where we're at. All right. Late storms, be careful driving home from work, folks. Agreed. Terry's asking, so cloudy all day in Melbourne? Yeah, I think that it's probably going to be one of those cloudy days today. You can see mostly cloudy skies, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see those rain chances ticking up. Now, in terms of temperatures, here's a look around Central Florida, right? Upper 70s, north and west of town, mid 70s, north and east of town. Lower 80s through the metro. And when we look at the rain coverage for the day today, it kind of starts out west and then will eventually work back off to the east. All right. We doing okay so far? So that's the first storyline, okay? So we've got two distinct storylines in our forecast. The first thing is the showers and the thunder showers this afternoon into tonight. And again, the winds and the hail, that's that kind of thing. Tomorrow could get a pop-up thunderstorm, but not really expecting much. Then, let's go back to the surface map here, okay? Like, let's discuss. We've got the stormy weather now, right? We've got some showers and storms around tomorrow, perhaps. Then that front misses us, goes away, and we get sunny. But, oh, did I mention we start to cook in Central Florida? Look at the temperatures these next couple of days, okay? Thursday, lower 80s, no big deal, but mid-80s Friday, upper 80s on Saturday. And near record temperatures. Saturday, 88's the high temperature in Orlando. The record is 89, and it's not just that location. Early forecasting, of course, but look at some of these other temperatures. Sanford will be within a degree. Leesburg should tie a record set back in 91. Daytona Beach, we think you'll break a record set all the way back last year. And Melbourne, not expecting a record, but yeah, it's going to get toasty on Saturday. Oh, a little puppy walking by the house. Are you ready for some here's the full forecast, by the way, kind of just tweaked around a little bit. Here's some of those numbers, right? 87 in Kissimmee on Saturday, 88 in Orlando. Can you believe it? Now, if you're in Palm Coast, it's not looking as hot, but either way, it's going to be nice and toasty. Good times. Gotta love that. Which, that also means, like, for Bike Week, heading out there this weekend, it's going to be warm. And then on Sunday, Nikki says 2022 was 2 years ago. Hold on a second. I need some coffee, apparently. Set way back 2 years ago. Tiffany, maybe it'll heat up my pool. You and me both, right? So Sunday, there's another storm system that's going to move in and bring us a little bit of shower activity. So we've got some stuff. We've got some stuff on the 7-day forecast coming up here, right? Let's take a look at it. Central Florida's certified most accurate 7-day forecast. We've got the showers. We've got the thunder showers. A little bit of a break there Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday. And then on Sunday, a little bit of rain with... Notice the drop, right? 74, from 80 to 74. So for those of you that are asking, are we done with the cold? The answer is ish. There is a drop. It's just not a mega drop. Okay? So there you go. It's not going to be a massive one. There you go. All right. Now, that said, questions, comments, concerns, anything. What you got? What you got in your head? No ish, please. Listen. Oh, yeah. And of course, by the way, while you're working up any questions, you see that little bugger. My least favorite thing to do pretty much ever. I hate that. I mean, I'm not even kidding. I dislike this. This Saturday into Sunday. Yup. Since you asked, I have a lot of hot air in my head. No caffeine yet. Kelly, we need to get you some caffeine for God's sake. Why is Wesh 2... Wait, what? Why is Wesh 2 called 2? It's not on channel 2. It's on channel 2. If you're on cable, they move things around. But if you put out a tuner, it's mapped to channel 2. Yeah. Mike says you don't want to know what goes on in my head. That's just terrifying. This is bull poopy. Fix it, says Taylor. I'm not ready to argue with Shrek about the swamp. I know. Sue's asking, any problems flying out of Melbourne tomorrow? Depends on, when the storms clear out, that sort of thing. Yeah. You're not alone on that time change thing. Oh, it's awful. Yeah. Oliver. So a train leaves Chicago at 3 a.m. traveling at 60 miles an hour. How does it change the price of bananas at Kroger? You did say anything. That's a good point, Oliver. I just didn't say that I'd answer anything. Aha. Oh, man. Do we have to jump ahead? Can we vote? I'm sure we can vote. We can vote. Doesn't mean it's going to change anything if they don't want to do it. Jeannie says, someday we will be able to say, remember when there was this thing called daylight saving time? Singular, not plural. Hi, Orlando City's supposed to play tonight versus the Tigers. Oh, are they? I mean, we got storms, but again, it's evening time, so that's I don't know, without knowing the exact time for the Orlando City game, like that timeline doesn't look great. Like there's 7:30 thunderstorms, yeah. We have voted, nothing changed. I know, it's because they didn't vote. Oh, not Tigers. They're playing at 9 p.m.? Wait a minute, seriously? The game starts at 9? Why would we start at 9? You can see it looks good, but by 10:30, there's like another round of storms that get going. Don't pull the neck skin bad for you. Listen, it's terrible, I know. It's become this thing ever since I lost the weight. It's like, it's my little turkey neck. So, there's going to be some storms around tonight. It's a cup match, not MLS. Got it. But at 9 o'clock, we're starting it at 9 o'clock? Am I the only one that thinks that's a little late? Or have I become that, like, get off my lawn grandpa guy? Am I crazy? I mean, I don't know. I need to mainline coffee today. Smoke alarms malfunctioned at 3 a.m. and every time we thought we had fixed it, went off again as we fell back asleep. Thankfully, they exist to keep us safe, but definitely not chatty today. Susie, I get that. Oh, I get that. I had one go off the other afternoon, and I was like, yeah, I might need to change that battery. And then, like an idiot, I didn't change the other batteries. So now I'm like, oh my God, now you've got me, like, afraid. Now I need to go and check the other rooms for some, like, you've got me like, what do I need to do here? I need to check this all. Tiffany says, I'm usually passed out on the couch by 8:30. We get the kids to bed. So we get the kids to bed by 8:30, and I'm usually actually without children by 8:40. And I swear to God, by 9 o'clock, one of us is usually out. Mike says, Eric's shirt makes me want to have a picnic. I haven't heard that one before. Oh, man. Get off the lawn, you hoodlums, right? Coming to Orlando on the 16th. How does the long range? Boy, y'all are needy today. Y'all are needy. All right, let's take a look. Long range. Needy people. Let's look at the models. I've created a monster over here. Low pressure moving through. More low pressure moving through Sunday. High pressure building in Tuesday. Wednesday the 13th. That's looking good. Oh, another Gulf low moving in the 15th. Who would have ever thought that? You see that right there near the Big Bend and the Panhandle? Can't say that wasn't expected right when it's coming on through. Huh. Anyway, moving on. Ooh, looks like the end of the month is going to be nice. And then the very end of the month, we'll have to look at the BSR and see. Sonia says, Eric, Justin has a good question about hurricane forecasts. I didn't see it, so somebody repost it. You show us the toys and and then expect us not to ask you to play with it. I know. Yeah, you're right. Seth, I have an outdoor event the weekend of the 16th. Is there any way we could look at temperature anomalies for that weekend? We can. I'll stand by. What was it? It was the 16th. All right, so here's Saturday morning, warmer than average. Saturday afternoon, kind of staying warm. Sunday morning, it warmish. But it looks like by Sunday afternoon is going to be cooler. So the 17th afternoon is going to trend cooler. Sonia, all right. Since most storms come west to east during the monitoring period, how do you factor in storms developing in the main development region into your forecast? Yeah, so we factor them in. We kind of go with the idea of where the channels of air are moving, and so thus we apply it. So the hotspot. So a good example would be. Hold on, I'll find it. A good example would be this hotspot here. Hold on. I gotta turn the model off. This hotspot here. Notice I've got the East Coast highlighted because, yes, during the winter months it came into Southwest Florida, but there is a potential that it wants to come up the East Coast during the main development region time frame, which is why we've got that highlighted. So, yeah, we take that into account. And it's the same thing with, like, the Carolina low. Like, this is a part of the pattern, this Gulf to Carolinas low that could come from the Gulf. And if it does, that's its strike zone. But if it comes from the main development region, it would then want to curve over toward the Carolinas. So we do take that into account. It's, and that's why on graphics like this, you've kind of got, because it's going to want to hit that ribbon of air. It's just a matter of exactly where it rolls through. So yeah. Mike, on your hurricane forecast, you guys didn't see much from the main. It's not that we didn't see much from the main development region. We were just highlighting the channels of air that we're moving through. Yeah. Kurt says, give Eric a grace today. Oh, I'm fine. I just need more coffee. I'm good. Mr. Twister on YouTube. Mr. Twister. Mr. Hurricane season forecast, but is the CPC still indicating a shift to La Nina conditions in a couple of months? Yes. And they actually just came out. The World Meteorological Organization just put this out. Let me pop it up for you. Stand by. Mr. Twister. Oh, hold on. You idiot, Burris. Click. Copy. Paste. Okay. Hold on. Okay, well, that's a pain. All right, it's not showing up. Okay, what I was trying to show you was that the headline from the World Meteorological Organization is this, quote, the 2023-2024 El Nino has peaked as one of the 5 strongest on record. It's now gradually weakening, but it will continue to impact the global climate in the coming months, fueling the heat trapped by greenhouse gases from human activities. Above normal temperatures are predicted over almost all land areas between March and May. So one of the top 5 El Ninos on record, and now it's in the rearview mirror. And if there's any question as to El Nino impacting us, there's the next couple of days, right? Yeah. Yep. Kelly says, I give Eric no grace ever. That is true. What's this thing about new dun colors and Cat 6 edition? I don't know what new dun colors are, Corey. And I did a whole story on Cat 6. Um, is this the story? Yeah, okay, hold on. This is the story. I'm just trying to turn it around real quick. This is the story that I did about Cat 6. Give me a second, and I will get it dialed up for you. All right, hold on. I got to get this turned around. Bada bing. There. Okay, all right. Here is my story on Cat 6 storms. Take a listen, and then we can discuss.
A new study claims the current way we measure hurricanes is, quote, inadequate and needs to change.
First Warning meteorologist Eric Burrs is here to break down those claims. And Eric, are we going to need to learn about a new category for storms?
I wouldn't say just yet. And as a matter of fact, the reality here is that for years, the way that we measure hurricanes has been questioned, and questioning is healthy for science. This is the Saffir-Simpson scale. It runs from Category 1 to Category 5. We all know that. But notice that Category 5 is open-ended with anything showing winds over 157 miles per hour. There's a study out this week that essentially says that fails to tell the full story of higher wind speeds, and that it is, quote, increasingly problematic in a warming world, end quote. Their proposal calls for anything with winds over 192 miles an hour to be a Cat 6. In history, by the way, only 5 systems would ever qualify for this, none of which in the Atlantic basin. Now, those climate scientists' idea is that by showing a higher category, if storms get there, folks would be adequately warned for higher wind speeds. But here's the thing. The description of Category 4 and 5 storms already discuss catastrophic damage. So officials down at the National Hurricane Center steer clear of this being a needed change, stating that we need to focus more on individual threats. And I could tell you, as a meteorologist having covered hurricanes for decades here in Florida, understanding those individual impacts to me is the biggest point to try to explain when storms threaten. Catastrophic winds at Cat 4, Cat 5, or a potential Cat 6 would still be catastrophic. But how will it impact your family? And it's that important point in mitigating risk and making decisions for your family. So, Cam, at this point, the Hurricane Center is very clear on their verbiage. We need to focus on impact, not on scales and numbers.
So that's my story I did a few weeks ago about Category 6. Not a fan. Basically, folks are trying to change the rules to push their thoughts. So no Cat 6 happening anytime. Don't expect it to. All right. Taylor says, I think we're getting cursed in the comments. I blocked somebody. So there you go. Somebody writing whatever word it was. Debbie says, wonderful story. So professional. Thank you. Laura says, folks just like to hype. Yeah, and that's not my shtick, man. So when we were discussing that in the newsroom, I'm like, I got you. Like, I'll do the story. And I hope that I put it into perspective. Basically, it's going to stink. Let's just make it sound like it's going to stink more. And it's like, no. We don't need to if we're going to change. So that is discussing the Saffir-Simpson scale. Okay. And for those of you that are, and we can go into a deeper dive here, because I think that that's an interesting discussion. Okay. So the Saffir-Simpson scale. Okay. Here's the Saffir-Simpson scale. Strictly based on winds. If we're going to change the Saffir-Simpson scale, what we don't need to do is just add another category. If we're going to do something, it should be a math equation based on wind, based on size of storm, based on the bathymetry of the ocean underneath it, because the wind is only one part of a storm. The storm surge plays in, the bathymetry plays in, the size and scope of a storm plays in. And so that's why if we're going to touch categorization, it shouldn't just be to add a dang Cat 6. Because as you can see, catastrophic Cat 4, catastrophic Cat 5. What are you going to write? Catastrophic for Cat 6? That's stupid. It's also so difficult for storms to get to Cat 5 intensity and remain there. We've seen that time and time again. So anyway, my point is this. If we're going to change it, you don't need to change it by just adding a Cat 6. You should change it based on more than just wind speed. It should be a damage coefficient or something to that effect based on more than winds, because storm surge, would you believe it? Yeah, mega catastrophic, Taylor. Would you believe it if I told you that in hurricanes, most of the fatalities don't come from wind? What? Flying debris, things like that. Yeah. Most of the fatalities, to the tune of like 80%, come from storm surge and other flooding. So if we're going to change this crap, it's not going to be to just add another category. It should be a damage coefficient taking into account the size, how much ocean has it churned up, things like that. Adding another category to make it mega catastrophic is dumb. That's what I didn't say on TV. That's what you get here on Coffee Talk. Because while I'm drinking coffee, I just feel like I'm myself. Hi, everybody. Audra says Eric needs a soapbox, I think. Guess what, Audra? I don't know how to tell you this. You're kind of... Here we are at the soapbox. So that's the stuff I didn't say on TV, but here we are. Listen, we're having coffee together. So, if we were sitting at a bagel shop, this is exactly how I would be. Yeah, Laura says we're at the soapbox. Here we are. I'm just glad that the Hurricane Center is like, yeah, no. Also, no. All right, so hurricane season, we're still a ways out. We don't have to worry about this. Yeah. Catastrophically catastrophic. Jesus, God. Trina, that is what we love about Coffee Talk. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's the redundant department of redundancy. Yeah. Beverly soap is slippery, don't fall. Oh, agreed. That's right. All right. So anyway, no tropics. Do have some storms this afternoon. There you go. No, I'm not getting involved in the bagel wars. I'm just mad my Circostas is gone. That's where I'm at, Bruce. Laura says we love feisty Eric. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad somebody does. See also the Office of Redundancy. Yeah. Now, Nonya, so we jumped forward an hour this weekend. Yeah, stinks, doesn't it? You want to see me grumpy? Wait until you see me Sunday morning for Coffee Talk. When I lose that hour, I'm going to be so fun. Thank you, Sonia. I appreciate it. Yeah, more. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Drops mic. I don't want to drop it too far because, this is mine. Wesh has not paid for any of this. So, I don't want to break my microphone. Eric, why are the wind ranges for the categories not even in blocks? Cat 1 is 21. So, there's a reason for this because the Saffir-Simpson scale... So, really great question. So Nikki's asking, why are the wind ranges for the categories not in even blocks? Example, Cat 1 is 21 miles per hour range, but Cat 2 is 14 mile per hour range. So it actually has to do with the quotient of a damage potential. That's why. Which is interesting, but again, this is only taking into account wind damage potential, not storm surge and other factors. I would hope that in my lifetime, the Saffir-Simpson scale evolves to some sort of other damage scale, but, as long as you understand that this is only one piece of the puzzle, right? But yeah, that is why the scale is different in terms of spacing, because it's a damage potential quotient essentially, which is fascinating. So you're saying a Cat 6 is going to be 1,000 times? Dude, it sucks. That's all you need to say. Done. Drops mic, sips the coffee. Beverly, it might get interesting when we're all grumpy on a Sunday morning. Ain't that the truth? All right. Any other questions? It's 36 after. Any other questions, comments, concerns, anything? Mike, I love how the Cat 6 topic is a constant trigger for Eric. We love you, bro. Love you, Mike. Oh, man. See, Fine Arts Now is like, what are your thoughts on the Tornado EF scale? I actually love it, but that's for another day. It's based on damage. That's smart. That's an all-encompassing. It displays wind speeds, but it's based on damage. So they go in after the fact and look at the damage, trying to incorporate all threats. So I like it. If we could go to a hurricane scale that incorporates wind and flooding and the bathymetry of the ocean in its spot. Hi, sweet Stella. Good morning. Yeah. So there you go. Cat 100, catastrophic. Exactly, Mike. Exactly. Cat 145, catastrophic. All right. That's all I got. That's all I got. Threat of storms this afternoon. I'll be at work. I don't know exactly when, but we'll figure it out. You can see my arm. I'm petting Stella right now. Yes, after it wasn't just because of Andrew. Seth says, didn't the scale change after Andrew? The scale changed in like the 2005, 2006, something like that. They just did some subtle tweaks to it. Maybe it was like 2010, something like that. Yeah. All right. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so much for hanging out for coffee. Hi, sweet Stella. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you for joining me for Coffee Talk. Oh, I'll be around today. I may do an afternoon Facebook Live update with storms popping. We'll figure it out. Either way, I'll be tweeting or Xing and all that fun stuff, okay? All right. Be good, y'all. Take care.